They dominate Creighton.
It's good to be a Zag today as the team advances to the Elite Eight. This morning, our own Mark Hanrahan joins us live to talk about the hype of fans in the stadium.
Up with KREM starts right now with Joshua Robinson, Jeremy Legoo, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Taking a live look outside, look at those lights at the pavilion. That is a wild sight with a beautiful sunrise. Great to look out this morning on your Monday morning. Of course, over the past 24 hours, the wind has battered the inland Northwest, and we're going to be checking out those details on what we can expect and what that cleanup looks like as the sun continues to come up. Thank you for joining us here on Up with KREM this morning. I'm Joshua Robinson, and we have team coverage today tracking those strong winds. Coming up in just a minute, Jeremy Legoo will tell us if the winds are going to keep howling today, and if so, for how long. And Nicole Hernandez will join us with a look at conditions outside. But before we get to the two of them, we do want to update you on our latest breaking news this morning. Of course, overnight, I-90 near Moses Lake and Ritzville has reopened. The extreme weather forced WashDOT to close the interstate in both directions for more than 5 hours because of blowing dust and extremely low visibility. Let's take a look at some of these pictures that were shared across social media, sometimes almost looking like wildfire smoke. Central Washington had a pretty dry winter, and that is not a good combination with these high winds since it kicks up all of that dust and reduces the visibility on the roads. But we want to know if we're going to expect any other possible outcomes following that windstorm. And so let's check in with Jeremy. What do you say, Jeremy?
Even in just the past hour, the wind has died down quite a bit out here in the Weather Center, and that's going to continue to be the trend through the day. And see these clouds here? Those are going to quickly work their way out. In fact, here on South Hill, I look out to just kind of the west-southwest, and the full moon is looking beautiful this morning, but it does look like, I would guess they're testing to make sure all those lights are working, because we did see quite a few small branches come down in yesterday's wind. 28 degrees here in town, and notice the wind actually has died down a few miles per hour here in just the past hour. Now we are looking at those temps dipping quite a bit as well. We are down in the 20s in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 34 in Sandpoint, and 35 as you make your way over toward Moses Lake. But you factor in the wind, and it feels like it's in the teens in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 25 in Deer Park and Sandpoint this morning, and even 15 is your feels like temperature down in Pullman. It is chilly with some of these winds we are seeing. Peak wind gusts, though, down quite a bit from yesterday. We're looking at 44 miles per hour since midnight, and I bet you that wind gust continues to die down as we head through the day today. In fact, we are expecting those peak wind gusts to be in the 20s here in the next couple of hours, and by later on this afternoon, teens, which is pretty much negligible when it comes to some of that wind. A little bit of lingering moisture up and over some of those mountain passes. That will wind down and move out today as our colder, drier air mass moves in. That offers us some sunshine throughout the day today, but expect temperatures to stay chilly. We're going from 20s this morning and feels like temperatures in the teens to 40s later on this afternoon, but it does come with plenty of sun. Now we are going to take you outside. We got to get you a look at what's happening out there and to look at those road conditions. Nicole Hernandez, tell us what you're seeing.
Jeremy, more feeling than seeing, more than that. So you can definitely feel that cold temperature that you're talking about, and the wind. Like you mentioned, it is dying down just a little bit around here on the South Hill near Comstock Park, but we are still getting little gusts of that wind. So if you're getting up and out this morning, just make sure you're ready for that. The biggest thing that you're going to want to watch out for, particularly on the roads, is that debris. So I want to give you a look here at just how strong the winds are this morning. You can see it's coming and going. You can see that flag here at Post and Lincoln Drive in front of this person's front yard here. Kind of slow right now, but it's been kicking up every few minutes to let us know that that wind is still in our area. The biggest thing is with our windstorm yesterday, we had high winds, some debris that got loose and shaken from those winds. So you want to be careful that these winds this morning don't blow any extra debris onto the roadways. So you just want to pay extra attention as you are getting up and out of the house and doing that morning commute, of course. And then also just grab those gloves, grab that extra jacket, because the wind is making that feel extra cold. So make sure that you're careful and stay warm this morning. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
As we continue to keep an eye on the tail end of this windstorm, we're also keeping an eye on thousands of people who are still without power in the inland Northwest. This is what the outages in the area look like right now. Take a look at your screen. We're showing a Vista reporting about 4,000 customers without power right now. Kootenai Electric, meanwhile, is reporting more than 1,000 people are without power in their area. The company reports 11 line crews are working to restore power, and that vegetation management crews are also working to clear trees. Meanwhile, this morning, looking at Inland Power, reporting just over 500 customers without power right now in our region. We will, of course, keep you updated on the latest outage information throughout the morning. Coming up on 6:04 this morning, we're giving you a live look at downtown Indianapolis, where the Zags are dancing into the Elite Eight tomorrow night. It's our team, our town, our time. And speaking of our team, our very own Mark Hanrahan is there now in Indianapolis this week following the undefeated Zags. Good morning, Mark. We know you only really get a glimpse of the team in person. Who have you talked to in Indy from the Zag Nation so far?
Hey, good morning to you, Joshua. First off, a beautiful day here in downtown Indianapolis, blue skies and sunshine. A lot of the Zag faithful actually made the trip here to Indy. Now, the NCAA, the tournament's a bit different this year, as we all know. They're holding it essentially at 6 sites in and around downtown Indianapolis, and attendance is capped at 25% capacity at all the venues. So that means it's really limited for the venues for people to come watch the game. So getting tickets is kind of difficult this time around, but that did not keep the Zag faithful from making that 2,000-mile trek from Spokane here to Indy to watch their Bulldogs play in person.
When the game clock hit 0, the fans began to trickle out of Hinkle Fieldhouse. The Gonzaga faithful smiling after yet another tournament win and another trip to the Elite Eight.
It's great because we've all been on a COVID pause, so this is like renewal of everything, and here we go again. It's fantastic.
What do you think about the Zags today?
I think they were great. I had a lot of fun watching the game, and they looked really good and scored lots of great points.
I love it. I want to see 3 more. I've seen all 3 so far, so looking forward to Tuesday.
Also in attendance for today's game was Rick Skeen. He was Corey Kispert's high school basketball coach. He and the rest of his staff could not pass up the chance to watch one of their alums pursue a national title.
You know, if you've covered him, great player, better person, and yeah, we wouldn't miss this for the world.
Rick says he's not surprised by Corey's success this year, and he thinks he'll only continue to elevate his game during the tournament and beyond.
Yeah, so proud. And again, I go back to beating a dead horse, but the kind of kid he is really makes it easy to cheer for him. But yeah, we're proud of him. We're excited. This is a pretty fun experience for all of us.
Next up, the Elite Eight, and the GU faithful is ready.
Think they'll win it?
Absolutely. Go Zags. Woo!
It's a good time to be a Zag. By the way, Joshua, I'm standing in front of the world's largest March Madness bracket behind me here on the JW Marriott in downtown Indy. I don't know if you can see because they're kind of far away, but they have not actually updated the bracket to reflect Gonzaga's win. But next up for Gonzaga is USC. That game taking place tomorrow in Lucas Oil Stadium. If you're not familiar, that's where the Indianapolis Colts play. And that stadium can seat about 70,000 people. So if I'm doing some math, which I'm not good at, and it's the morning, so forgive me, but 25% of 70,000 I think is about 17,500. So there could be quite the crowd there when they do play at Lucas Oil. We'll keep you posted on that one. In the meantime, live from downtown Indy, I'm Mark Hanrahan. Now back to you guys.
Yeah, math in the morning is tough, Mark. Trust me, we all get there. No matter how long you've been awake, it's always tough. And of course, Mark, we appreciate you bringing us that story. Love to see the Zag faithful out and about, repping in Indy. And of course, we're going to keep our eyes on Mark if the Zags continue to advance into the next round. Of course, Gonzaga, as Mark mentioned, playing tomorrow night at 4:15 against the USC Trojans for a chance to go to the Final Four. You'll be able to watch our team live from Indy following the game right here on KREM 2. Meanwhile, tonight, the Elite Eight round itself does start right here on KREM 2. Oregon State, the very unexpected Oregon State, is playing Houston at 4 o'clock. Number 1 seed Baylor plays Arkansas tonight. That coverage will start at 6:30, and you'll only see the first round of the Elite Eight right here on KREM 2. Still head on up with KREM this morning. A TikTok of an Idaho parrot has over 20 million views this morning. Coming up, we'll tell you why Sweet Pea is going viral for her interaction with a sleepy puppy.
And of course, we're going to take you outside. Talk a chilly start to the week, wind chills, and oh yeah, sunshine. that's going to last a few more days.
And in 2 days, an online tool to determine your vaccine eligibility in Washington will no longer be needed. After the break, why the DOH is ditching the Phase Finder.